All right, what's up, y'all? Out on public land today, U.S. Forest Service. This is a section that's usually buck only, and it's always during gun season, shotgun or muzzleloader only. There's an archery season as well, but no rifles out here. Normally it's buck only, but there is a limited 4-day season after Thanksgiving where you can also shoot a deer, or also shoot a doe. So I'm gonna go out today, still hoping for a buck. That's what I'm after. But it's nice that if I see a doe, I can legally take it. So hiking out with my shotgun today, hoping for a buck. If I see a doe, still excited to fling a slug. So we're just hoping to see something. So I'm gonna go ahead and get going.
There's not a ton of public land in North Texas, and what's there tends to be highly pressured. So one of my go-to strategies is to get out away from the people. Don't park at a parking area, and walk in from the backside of the property, where it's least accessible. Not long into my sit, I saw an owl fly through the woods. One of my favorite sights, another predator that's just so graceful and so quiet. It's like a sign of good fortune. I also enjoyed being out in the fall, seeing these beautiful leaves. We don't get a lot of great autumn leaves here in North Texas, so when they really pop, it's exciting and beautiful to see.
Well, never saw anything this morning. Dropped off Daniel and he saw a doe and a fawn run by, so glad he at least saw something. Used the middle of the day to kind of go walk and check out another unit on this public land section. A lot of walking, not a lot of deer seeing, but it was good to at least go check it out, and then had lunch, took a little nap, but I'm hiking in a little early for the evening hunt. Hopefully this spot will be good in the evening. I've seen deer kind of crossing from private onto public in the evening, so hoping to be a part of that action tonight, just getting in there early. So here we go. Well, I walked in and there was a dude pretty close to where I was planning on sitting, which is public land, right? So I just rolled east, which is kind of upwind, across the wind really. Rolled east about 300 yards, which means my visibility is not as good, but if something happens to cross into this property from this corner, I'll have a better shot at it. If it's going to cross from on that other side, I probably would never see it at all. So mixed bag, but if something's over here, it's actually better. So I'm gonna set up, got a couple hours, and we'll just see what happens.
I sat up on a trail with a lot of fresh deer tracks, hoping something would run right in front of me. Sure enough, I did see 2 little fawns. They were kind of cute and ran about 20 yards from me, but not something I was going to shoot that night, of course, so better luck tomorrow.
All right, y'all, it is the last day of this special doe season on public. So was out here Friday. All I saw that evening was 2 fawns, so unfortunately nothing shootable. They were close, and it was kind of cute to see them. They were probably 20 yards from me. Daniel was out with me that night as well, and he took a shot, but didn't work out that night. So I'm headed back out here closer to where he was, just because he said it was a pretty good spot, and the spot I was at was good, but there was another hunter right in where I was at, so a little worried the place might be a bit burned now. So I'm gonna hike in for this last hunt, last sit, and just see if we see anything. So got the shotgun, let's do it.
I used to be extremely goal-oriented and a bit anxious about getting something down. I still am goal-oriented, and obviously I want to get something, but I've relaxed a lot, and I can just enjoy being out in the woods and have faith that, you know what, if God decides to send something out here, wonderful. If not, I'm still gonna enjoy it.
Well, I was sitting here and I saw ears poke up through that tall grass, and then a doe came trotting in real quick, and this is kind of right what Daniel told me might happen. Deer came trotting in and then paused right in this thicket of trees, right at like 45-50 yards, and fortunately when I saw the deer come through, I was able to get my shotgun up and get ready, because she came through right there, put the dot on her, and she was kind of quartering towards me, so I put it almost like lower neck, chest area, not your traditional behind the shoulder shot. but man, at 45 yards with a shotgun slug, I think I thumped her really hard. So gonna go look for blood, and if I hit her good, she's gonna be down right back there. So this last minute little hunting trip may have just worked out. Actually just stopped to chat with another hunter out here who's super cool, but look at all that. Shotgun slug doing some work for sure. That is one heck of a blood splatter. So she ran off this way, and then just blood everywhere. Like I'm pretty sure I thumped her good. Look at this. So she ran off, and I saw her kind of go over that little ridge. So I bet you she's just laying down right back there. There she is. Compared to archery, shotgun slug made for an easy tracking job. Definitely not the biggest doe, but not a fawn. This is maybe a two and a half year old, maybe a 1.5 year old. But either way, today was the last day of doe season. So very excited and thankful to get this one. And man, shotgun to the neck, that'll do it every time. Well, just in the nick of time, and I think that was actually the first deer I've actually killed with a shotgun. I know Kyle borrowed this gun one time and shot 2 deer with it. I've killed a couple deer out here, one with a muzzleloader, one with the bow, but first one with a shotty, and the last day of doe season, so excited to get it done. It's about to get dark, so I think I'm actually gonna hike back to my truck, go grab a bigger light, and then come back now that I found this deer and get her all cleaned up, and then hike her out in probably one trip. Well, I'm actually not that far from the truck at all, so I came back to the truck, dropped off my shotgun, my little chair, my bino harness, that kind of stuff, just to lighten the load a little bit after putting my tag on that deer. Now I'm gonna hike back out there and go cut her up and haul her back. So another little tip, when you have a deer down, or man, especially something bigger like a huge pig or an elk or something, right before you start cleaning it, just chug a ton of water and go to the bathroom. That way you're hydrated, you don't have to take a break. When you load up your pack, you're all around a little bit lighter.
If you've watched many of my other deer hunting videos, you've probably seen how I do this, but it's always good to have a bit of a refresher. I used to always drag deer out whole and then gut them back at camp, but I haven't done that in years. So I usually start by splitting the hide down the back, and I cut with the hair. That way I don't have little bits of hair all over the meat. Then I'll take off one of the quarters, in this case the shoulder, work on the back strap, peel the hide back, and then work on the ham. And of course there's some other little bits that you can get as well. Those go great in the grind pile. I then take off the head, even on a doe, because that's legal proof of sex in the state of Texas. And then flip it over, peel back the hide, and start the process on the other side. In this case I did shoulder first, and then worked on the rear ham, peeled that hide back, got the back strap, that one took me a little longer for some reason. Then I went to the ham. Sometimes it's hard to hold by yourself, and sometimes I'll even set the leg on my shoulder or just kind of use a knee to hold it in place. I'll get some of the trimmings, then detach the neck, and then I'll very carefully go in just behind the last rib and pull out the tenderloins. You make a small incision, you kind of hold the guts back, and then you reach in and cut out the loin with your knife. I started bagging up the deer and then realized, oops, forgot to get the heart. So I split behind the 4th rib, pulled that out nice and easily. It was a little bit clipped by the slug, but not too damaged. I bag everything up in elastic game bags, roll up the head, stick it in my pack, and then I mount those bags to my pack. A lot of times the heaviest part I'll put on top.
All right, got the quarters and the head and everything on my back. Back straps and trimmings in here. Ready to hike it out. Good day on public lands. Getting close. Oh, one little steep part and then we're done. It's cool enough, we're gonna leave that back here on the pack until I can stop at the first truck stop and get ice. Whew, I got it out in one trip. Unlike that first little doe I got it this season. One trip was easy on that one. This was more of a real size deer. But I got it. Man, having good fresh deer meat for the cooler, that's awesome. And that's what it's all about. I love it. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, stay safe, be free, and never stop seeking adventure.